everybody and welcome back to today's video. So in today's video I thought we would take a look at this Monster Hunter Rise Nintendo Switch console. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so of course first up we have the box that the Switch came in, and this is of course the bigger box because this is the original standard Switch. It isn't the OLED, which of course came in a slightly smaller box. Now this console was released in 2021 to coincide with the release of Monster Hunter Rise, of course. Now on the front of the box you can see what the Switch looks like, and we also have this nice picture from the game as well. This does come with a download code for the game. Unfortunately no physical game, which is always disappointing when you buy a special edition console. And it also does come with some DLC as well. If I just turn this over to the back, it just fits under my camera, which is so high up right now. So hopefully that is in the screenshot. On the back we just have this nice picture from some of the characters from the game. Also, you may have noticed I do have a splint on my hand. Unfortunately, I ripped a tendon in my wrist at work, so I'm unable to make gameplay videos at the minute because I can't physically grip my fist. Hence why you're getting some unboxings and some collections at the minute. Hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll be able to stop wearing this. Anyway, on the back of here we do have the pull tab. So let's go ahead and open this up. How are we going to do this? There we go, let's just lift this. I am going to cover my ring light now, so it's going to be a little bit darker. So there's the first layer of the box. And there is the second layer of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off my table and I'll show you all the items that are inside. Okay, so the first thing in the box is actually the code for the game. Now I didn't use this code myself because I bought the physical game because that's what I collect. So I did actually give this code to my nephew, who was absolutely delighted. And it did come with some DLC as well, so you get the retriever costume and the cat costume as well. So that's the code. I also have some pre-order bonuses. So we have the dog. Now I don't know if these came with the game that I pre-ordered or the console, but either way these are in the console box. So we have the dog, so like the DLC, and then of course we have the cat as well. So they're the two pre-order bonuses. And then of course, like any console, you get the important information booklet. This one is a little bit bent up, but it's all good. And of course, as standard in the box, you get the power adapter and the HDMI cable as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the Joy-Cons. So first up we have the right-sided Joy-Con. And as you can see, it has that really nice graphic there. And then also around the analog stick. And these Joy-Cons are a nice dark grey colour. And then on the back it also has a graphic going down the middle. So that's the right-sided Joy-Con. And the left-sided Joy-Con, which I believe is exactly the same as the right. The graphic there and around the analog stick. And unlike some Switches, both of these Joy-Cons are in the dark grey colour as well. We then of course have these straps that attach to the side of the Joy-Cons. And these are also in a dark grey as well, with just a black strap. And the second one, again, is exactly the same. So they're just the two straps that attach to the side. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and slide one of these side bits on. As you can see, it slides on like that, whereas with the Switch 2 it does actually clip on like with a magnetic pull, which I feel like that's a lot better, because with these ones I feel like there's more risk of them getting damaged. Also, I thought this looked like a dark grey, but now it's on the dark grey controller. It's actually black. So there we go, there's with the side bit attached. So here is the Switch screen, and I have actually went ahead and put the Joy-Cons on it as well, so you can see what it looks like when everything's attached. Now this is the original Switch, of course, so this screen is a lot smaller than the OLED, and I'm actually looking at my Switch 2, which is next to me, and the screen is so small compared to that. And of course you have this bezel around this as well, so the screen is not very big at all. Now if I just flip this over to the back, there's the nice design. Of course, because this is a special edition, you do get a design on the back, whereas normally it would just be your standard black or whatever colour your console was. So there's that, and of course with this one, I don't know if I'm going to be able to lift that up because my hand, but you do put the SD card underneath this. So that's the screen. Okay, so next up, of course, we have the controller holder that Nintendo give you free with every console. Now this is just a standard black one. I don't know why with limited editions they don't do a limited edition design, but they don't. So let's just go ahead and attach both the Joy-Cons. So that's what it looks like when it's put together. It always reminds me of like a dog, so like these are the dog's ears. I always call this the doggy controller, and I hardly ever use these controllers in this. This thing just sits inside the box and I never use it. And that's what it looks like on the back. But I feel like if you are going to use the Joy-Cons, then do attach them to this, because they're very small when you try and play them using them like just singly like that. So there's that. And of course the last thing in the box is the docking station. And if I just tilt that, you can see some darkened symbols on the back, and then we also have the really nice gold on there as well. There's the top, and then of course on the side we have the two USB slots, and then on the back underneath here, if I can just lift it, hopefully it's not too loud. Is it going to be loud? No, it's not too bad. Underneath there is where all your wires go, so your AC adapter, your USB and your HDMI wire. I always found these to be very bulky, and when you put the screen in, there was also a risk of scratching your screen because I just don't feel like they were built very well. But they have updated the docking stations on the Switch 2, so they're a lot better now. But there is the docking station. And next up, I'm just going to show you a few games. So of course the first game I have to show you tonight is Monster Hunter Rise, which is of course the game that comes with the console, but obviously I only got a download code, so I did have to pick this up separately. But this did come out in 2021, the same time as the console. I think it was released like 2 years later on all the other consoles. So there's the front cover, and then on the back it says Rise to the Challenge. Explore lush ecosystems, battle fearsome monsters and craft powerful gear. Go solo or hunt in a team of up to 4 players. Experience new features such as wirebug actions and the Palamute Canine Companion. And also play anywhere with the power of Nintendo Switch. Now of course this isn't the only Monster Hunter game released on the Switch. They did release a game called Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin, which I don't actually own yet, and I haven't played it, and I've seen it's gone quite cheap, so I will have to pick it up. But the other Monster Hunter game I do own, and that is Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. And this is of course the remaster of the 3DS version. And this is a fantastic Monster Hunter game if you've never played it. It's not my favourite. My favourite is Monster Hunter World. That didn't actually come out on the Switch. I believe it only came out on Xbox One and PS4. But I picked it up on my PC. And that is like by far the best Monster Hunter game there is, sorry. And this is probably my second favourite. So there's the front of the box. And there's the back. Find your inner hunter. And with this, it lets you transfer your data from your 3DS version, which is pretty good. And then there's the inside of the box. So again, we have some nice artwork on the back. And there is the cartridge. So yeah, there's like 3 games that you can pick up on the Switch, I believe. And I think in 2026 they are releasing a brand new Monster Hunter game, which is quite exciting. But that is the last thing that I have to show you tonight. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching. And until my next video, good night everybody. Good night.